Next few weeks, we're going to discuss how we respond when life deals us a raw hand. We're going to discuss those times in our lives where, maybe by no fault of our own necessarily, we find ourselves cast into a time of chaos, an uncontrolled, out of control time of, well, just brokenness. So what is one space in your home or your office or someplace where you live that you just really find it hard to keep it organized? You find it hard to keep it neat. Talk about that for just a minute. We all have those moments when life is good. Everything's running smoothly, job is going well, the kids seem to be cooperative right now, the marriage is good, the utility bill is manageable. Then you get that text or that phone call or that email, and you find that the peace that you're experiencing is suddenly taken away, and you find that brokenness comes in out of control. And with no recourse, you find yourself in a real place of chaos, and by no fault of your own. The calm sea that you've been sailing on now seems to be hit with a force that feels about like a hurricane. And you don't know if you're going to be able to survive, let alone thrive. So what in your life makes you experience that out of control brokenness? Maybe it's something in your past or something present. But you got to ask, where does this chaos come from? Is it God's will? Is everything as God ordered it to be? I might ask if God's plan for Beth and me were to care for, as we become caretakers for both sets of parents. Was it God's will that I be struck with cancer? These are questions we have to deal with. So where does this chaos come from? Life can be about like my garage. No matter how hard I try, no matter how much I organize, it just seems to devolve. And my conclusion is there is no such thing as evolution. Things devolve, things get worse, things seem to go downhill and descend into chaos. Order is not natural. No matter how hard I try, no matter what I do, no matter how much I organize, chaos seems to be the result. Well, I go to Genesis 1:1, and it's there that I find that God's Spirit moves over the face of the deep. His Spirit moves over that which had no form and was completely void. God's Spirit hovers over the chaos that had been created, and it's out of that chaos that God brings order. God doesn't create order, He brings order to chaos. So as a group, I want you to spend a few moments discussing a time in your life, it could be past or it could be present, when by no fault of your own necessarily, you've experienced chaos. It might be that you're presently experiencing something right now. We really encourage you to share that with your group. As we read the Genesis account of God's creation, God did not create order. He brought order to the chaos that existed. So I want you to share with the group for just a moment how God has taken that brokenness in your life, that out of control chaos, and how you have seen God's face in the midst of that chaos, and how He has brought order into your life, which has resulted in a strengthening of your faith. Share that. As you close out your group, I want to encourage you to share together in a prayer. What I'm going to ask you to do is I want you to share a specific request that you have for this group to pray, perhaps on a daily basis over this next week, of specifically how God can bring some order to some chaos in your life.